Welcome to MoCA Lights 5. Let's see what over 100,000 lumens does to the village of Patchogue. Patchogue Village gets a glow up. Experience the village of Patchogue as it transforms into Long Island's only open-air arts museum. On behalf of the Patchogue Arts Council, Museum of Contemporary Art Long Island, and the Greater Patchogue Chamber of Commerce, we invite you to immerse yourself in the arts. To start, we wanted to gratefully acknowledge the indigenous people on whose ancestral homelands our community, our homes, our businesses, our public spaces, and that which MoCA Lights illuminates. From October 10th to the 14th, between 6 and 11 p.m. each evening, the facades of contemporary and historic buildings, the Patchogue Theater for the Performing Arts Marquee, and PAC's pop-up projection galleries will illuminate the village with projected artworks, animation, and innovative site-specific media works created by local, national, and international artists. An immersive arts experience for all ages. Businesses in the downtown area will become a vibrant backdrop to this unique arts event. 2024 welcomes several commissioned projections created by internationally recognized projection artists. This year, we are excited to highlight an interactive window at the Patchogue Medford Library and a number of locations that incorporate sound. PAC is also excited to welcome its official 2024 Glow Marshal, Pat Sweeney, our very own Patchogue Arts Council volunteer and membership director. Miss Pat's passion and love for PAC and all its programming has been glowing bright for over 11 years. Her dedication to the community doesn't end with PAC. She is also a longtime member of the Patchogue Garden Club and the Patchogue Hall of Fame. Miss Pat helps to not only beautify the village of Patchogue, but creates unique and site-specific floral arrangements for the Patchogue Arts Council Museum of Contemporary Art Long Island events.
Hi, my name is Pat Sweeney. Welcome all art lovers to Patchogue. I'm across from the Patchogue Garden Club community garden, which is all lit up. And behind me is the Methodist Church, which is one of the best spots in town to see some MoCA lights. It's one of the historic buildings in Patchogue, so it's a must-see. I've been a member of Patchogue Arts Council since 2009, a volunteer. When we moved here to the gallery on Terry Street in 2012, I became the volunteer organizer for the people sitting for all of your shows for your artwork at the MoCA Gallery.
2024 partnerships include the Village of Patchogue, the Patchogue Business Improvement District, the Patchogue Medford Library, and the Patchogue Theater for the Performing Arts. Our on-site education programs are offered in collaboration with the Patchogue Medford Library, Cornell Cooperative Eastern Suffolk Extension, and Vanderbilt Museum and Planetarium. These on-site educational opportunities advocate for and educate viewers of all ages about science and art, complementing various artworks on view throughout MoCA Lights 2024. Check your map or follow at Patchogue Arts for schedule information. MoCA Lights is made possible with the generous support of our lead sponsors: New York State Council on the Arts Direct Funding, Suffolk County Office of Cultural Affairs, PSEG, and many local businesses and numerous community members. Just check our map and see. Help us support them back by shopping and eating local. Let's get glowing and take the tour. Our first set of artworks are called Architecture. These will run from October 10th through October 14th from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. each evening. This series of site-specific projections will illuminate the facades of contemporary and historic architecture utilizing projection mapping techniques, video, and light. This series was curated by Beth Giacomo. The first work in this series is located on the facade of the Art Space building located at 20 Terry Street. The title of this work is Lights on MoCA L.I. The 2011 Art Space building features the Patchogue Arts Council and Plaza Cinema Media Arts Center, bringing art house films to Central Suffolk residents. The Art Space building provides live workspaces for artists and their families. HHL Architects of Buffalo described their building as Mondrian-esque exteriors of plain brown brick to recall the village's commercial history, with steel-edged glass panels for a modern look. This building is also home to the Patchogue Arts Council Museum of Contemporary Art, Long Island. The mission of the Patchogue Arts Council is to ambitiously educate, support, and elevate the arts community. This includes artists at all stages of their careers, as well as supporting the development of new works and public projects through exhibitions and innovative programming that emphasizes community engagement while aiding in the revitalization and sustainability of the community. The Patchogue Arts Council is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation whose programming supports arts across all of Long Island. The Museum of Contemporary Art, Long Island, or MoCA LI, is the exhibition space of the Patchogue Arts Council. By redefining PAC's exhibition space from gallery to museum, opportunities for the community and the artists we serve have grown exponentially. PAC has always been unconventional in comparison to other arts councils. Our primary focuses are to make current and contemporary art accessible to everyone and to serve artists across Long Island. We work to create inclusiveness in all of our opportunities for Long Island's artistic communities. Through our programming, we support, promote, and encourage early, mid-career, and established artists working in all media and all walks of life. All events are free and open to the public. Donations are welcome to help keep the show going on. We offer live glow tours on October 10th, 12th, 13th, and 14th at 7 p.m. and again at 8:30 p.m. All tours leave from the Patchogue Arts Council Museum of Contemporary Art, Long Island building located at 20 Terry Street. You'll meet our glow guide for a live tour of MoCA Lights 5, where you'll learn more about the concepts and artists who created these site-specific projections. Along the way, guests will also learn more about the historic architecture of the village of Patchogue. If you have a large group and would like a private tour, please feel free to reach out. If you're interested in a tour at an alternate time, please feel free to email us at info@patchoguearts.org. As part of MoCA Lights, we also have several free performances that include opera, dance, and music. On October 10th at 6 p.m., we have Boundless Soul. Boundless Soul is a site-specific, operatic, and interpretive dance performance. Experience a creative marriage of movement and phonic artistry. Engaging senses of both sight and sound, Danielle Davis, an operatic soprano, and Heidi Alasavanto, an interpretive dancer, carry you away to another realm. This avant-garde duo breathes new life into classical music and dance, engaging senses of both sight and sound. Danielle Davis, an operatic soprano, and Heidi Alasuvanto, an interpretive dancer, carry you away to another realm. This avant-garde duo breathes new life into classical music and dance. Following a contemporary trend of mashup art, the two combine their artistic genres to create something that is both exploratory and unique. On October 13th at 6 p.m., we have Whimsical Sounds. This is a special performance curated by the Rites of Spring, featuring Russell Kocher on violin and Elise Frawley on viola. This performance is inspired by the annual thematic mural, Octopossible, which will be animated through projection and serves as the backdrop to this event. We also encourage you to keep an eye out for a special illuminated roaming installation, Blobulus. Created by artist Robert Stenzel, Blobulus is an animatronic creature that spawned itself from all the ideas that brew inside your morning cup of coffee or tea. Fueled by lost socks and mismatched Tupperware lids, Blobulus chugs along, spreading the good word that you can be anything you want or desire. Stare into its void and watch the impossible become possible. On exhibit at the Museum of Contemporary Arts Long Island, located at 20 Terry Street, we have Tales of Contact, Cultures and Communities. This was curated by PAC MoCA Long Island's curatorial team and Ma's House. This is running from September 14th through November 16th. We encourage you to look up our gallery hours for availability. Friday, October 11th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday, October 12th from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. we have Sea Explorers Marine Camp, brought to you by the Cornell Cooperative. Join our digital aquarium. Color your own fish and watch it swim in the digital aquarium and see what's in our live touch tank. A family fun stop for all ages to learn about creatures from below that glow. Visit www.seaexplorersmarinecamp.com or www.localfish.org. The Vanderbilt Museum and Planetarium will be with us on Friday, October 11th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Located in Centerport, the Suffolk County Vanderbilt Museum is a unique combination of mansion, museum, park, and planetarium that is dedicated to the education and enjoyment of the people of Long Island and beyond. At this year's MoCA Lights, a Vanderbilt astronomy educator will be providing a telescope for the public to look through to see the planets Jupiter and Saturn. We will also be projecting spectacular images of planets and the universe. This event is weather permitted. Patchogue Village Garden, located on the corner of South Ocean Avenue and Terry Street, will feature our Garden of Delight. PAC's annual sculpture garden will be illuminated with experimental projections and color light, making for an after-hours viewing experience for visitors. A special thank you goes out to the Patchogue Garden Club for their partnership. Sculptors on view are Corey Mateas, Eileen W. Palmer, John Bell, and Seema Lisa Panja. The United Methodist Church building on the corner of South Ocean Avenue and Church Street will host Fox in Bloom, a 2024 piece by Sage Cotignola. This animation began with considering the church as a canvas, thinking about the building as a place people gather to feel connected to their spirituality and to each other. The artist began to think about the interconnectedness of all things. This piece is a colorful and joyful meditation on the passage of time, a celebration of seasonal growth and the cycle of life. This piece represents a new exploration for the artist into animation. It began with pencil sketches of each frame and was colored and animated in Photoshop. Sage Cotignola is a Brooklyn-based illustrator and muralist who's originally from the East End of Long Island. Sage Cotignola graduated from the Pratt Institute in 2014 and has been showing paintings throughout New York, designing and painting murals, creating album covers, custom illustrations, comics, and more. Inspired by fairy tales, urban legends, contemporary cartooning, and animation, and more, each image presents characters for the viewer to connect with the story and to interpret. Sage's work can be found at sagecotignola.com or on Instagram at sagecotignola. Our next work is at the historic Industrial Coverage Court building, also located on the corner of South Ocean and Church Street. This work was created by Laura Spahn and is called Unraveling Series. It was made in 2020. Laura Spahn's Unraveling series of animations offers a captivating exploration of unseen connections between nature and the digital world. Using 3D models of the SARS virus, Spahn transforms the spike protein through playful manipulations and vivid color palettes drawn from nature. The result is a mesmerizing blend of science and art set against an electric guitar soundscape by Frank Maciocchi, recorded live during the pandemic. Spahn's interdisciplinary work bridges science, technology, and culture, with her pieces exhibited worldwide from the Museum of Modern Art in New York City to the Nobel Prize Museum in Stockholm, Sweden. This building is the Union Savings Bank building. Today, it's known as the Industrial Coverage Corporation. This building is beautifully encased in white marble in the neoclassical style. Greek columns support a pedimented doorway, balustrades surround the rooftop, and arched windows run along Church Street. The Union Savings Bank was constructed in 1911 by a group of Patchogue citizens. This was a time period where many such banks were being constructed all around the country. Emerson Terrell, one of the bank's founders and presidents, built a large number of houses and commercial structures in Patchogue. The National Register of Historic Places recognizes the Union Savings Bank building as an architecturally and historically important American building. The historic Carnegie Library on 160 West Main Street features a work by the name of Constructs, which was created in 2024 by the Portuguese artist duo Falco Lucas. The Constructs projection, featured on the walls of the Carnegie Library, presents a fusion of fragmented human faces and architectural forms. Set against the backdrop of a library, a space of knowledge, history, and community, the piece explores how individual identity is influenced by the environments we occupy and the structures that shape us, both physically and intellectually. This piece serves as a meditation and an invitation, calling viewers to reflect on the ways in which the spaces we occupy, whether real or imagined, inform our sense of self. In this context, the library becomes a metaphor for the architecture of the mind, where knowledge and identity are constantly constructed, deconstructed, and reconstructed. Tania Falco and Luis L.I.ghts, known as Falco-Lucas, stand out in the art scene as digital artists whose work extends beyond the virtual, exploring the boundary between digital art and tangible reality. Primarily recognized for their artistic animation, they've introduced a dimension to their work by incorporating augmented reality into their physical pieces. The Patchogue Library began as an association in 1883, was made public in 1900, and had 7 different locations before the beautiful Carnegie Library that we see today was built in 1908. Steel magnate Andrew Carnegie generously provided $15,000 to the Patchogue community for the construction of a public library. Architect John Van Pelt chose a neoclassical design with Greek columns for the building, and Edwin F. Bailey of the Bailey Lumber Mills donated land on Lake Street for Patchogue's new library. The library remained there until 1981, followed by Briarcliff College, who then occupied the space until 2003. The empty Carnegie Library building sat behind Sweezy's department store in the area that is now transformed into the new village at Penn. The empty Carnegie Library building sat behind Sweezy's department store in the area that is now transformed into the new village at Patchogue. A group of local citizens formed Friends of the Carnegie Library to propose the historic Carnegie be saved and reused. Tritech Corporation funded and moved the Carnegie to property donated by Suffolk County to the village of Patchogue. In 2012, the 100-ton brick building was lifted and transporting at a 2-inch per minute crawl to its current location here at 160 West Main Street, where it stands today. The Knapp Sweezy Foundation funded renovations of the Carnegie Library, and it opened as the Patchogue Medford Library's Teen Center in 2016. The Greater Patchogue Historical Society Museum is also located in the renovated Carnegie Library. The Bank of America building, located at 47 West Main Street, features a work of art entitled The Path to Yourself. This piece was created by the Ukrainian artist EVM Art. The Path to Yourself is made in a 3D surrealistic style and displays a person's search for answers hidden inside each of us. Each question asked and the answer received transforms us with a new reality in which we find ourselves, having now acquired new knowledge. This journey through life has no peak, as it is an endless process. EVM Art is a Ukrainian media artist who produces digital art, projection mapping installations, and creates interactive installations, presentations, performances, generative media art, and works with laser and light technology, 3D visualizations, and other mediums for events, as well as accompanying music concerts. This artist has worked for over 15 years in this space and is the winner of 5 major international awards in the visual arts, including awards for works at Burning Man, the Chartres Festival of Life, and in festivals taking place in places like Japan, France, and Greece. Located at 70 East Main Street, the U.S. Post Office building features work from the Scotland-based artist Tom Flint. The work is entitled The Other Extreme and was produced in 2024. This is a sound reactive projection piece. In constant flux, this audio responsive work interrogates binaries, opposites, and categorization with semantically opposite words. The words are writ large across the building, tussling for priority. Words that we use to categorize, define, and pigeonhole often have the unintended consequence of othering and creating conflict when the truth is always on a spectrum. This work asks the question, what if I am simultaneously both and neither of the words you use to define me? Tom Flint is a creative technologist with a history of building bespoke electronic devices and software to interact with the public. Having taught himself to program at the age of 8, Tom embraced the digital revolution as it bloomed all around him. Born in London, England, in his youth, Tom was a magazine publisher launching The Lock, a guide for Camden Town, and Sleaze Nation, a youth culture magazine. He then worked with Urban Outfitters when they launched in Europe, later becoming an academic. Tom is now an associate professor in the School of Arts and Creative Industries at Edinburgh Napier University, leading their postgraduate provision in design. Tom's PhD explored human relationships with technology, specifically through interactive art, and he has worked with Contemporary Sculpture Park, Jupiter Artland since 2011, creating experiential design interventions. Tom's most recent published work explores virtual, augmented, and mixed reality, resulting in blended experience, a method for designing across the real and the virtual.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Tom Flint, and I live in Edinburgh, Scotland, and this is some work that I've developed. This is called The Other Extreme, and the idea of this work is that we have many binaries. We try to sort of categorize things with words, and what we find when we use these words is that they create othering. They actually create more barriers than they create inclusion. And so what I've done is I created a set of these words which are in the software that is then projected onto the building, and you can see these words in constant battle with each other. They then respond to sound, and it's the sound that makes the movement inside the piece. There's a microphone attached just over here, and just as cars go past, the words respond to that. It changes every 15 seconds, so there's a new different word. We don't know. I don't know which word it's going to be that gets put up on there.
The main Patchogue Medford Library, located at 5460 East Main Street, from October 10th to the 13th at 7:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m., and 9:30 p.m. will feature a public interactive light painting work by Alina Wilsoneski. This offers the community an opportunity to paint with light onto the Patchogue Medford Library building. Everyone is invited to create light art in the air that will be magically projected in real time onto a virtual blank canvas, the entire facade of the main Patchogue Medford Library building. This public event is part of an interactive installation created by light painting artist Alina Wilsizneski, utilizing traditional camera long exposures in combination with video light painting and projection mapping software. All ages, all abilities are welcome to participate in this rare opportunity to be an actual large-scale projection art among all the incredible projections on buildings and other structures throughout downtown Patchogue during MoCA Lights Festival 2024. In between live sessions and when the artist is not on site, you'll be viewing various light painting footages and images at this location. Catch a light show between demos and see Alina's amazing light painting work from her exhibit Motion in Light on view through October 26th at the Patchogue Medford Library Claire Davidson Siegel Gallery.
So my name is Alina Wilczynski. I'm a light painting artist. I live here on Long Island. Light painting is I'm obsessed, basically. I learned it in college. It's one of those techniques that teaches you about what a camera does. It's a phenomena of light. And when I learned it, I was immediately hooked. And I experimented with it a lot. And over the years, I actually kind of got away from it because at the time when I learned it, there wasn't too much you could do with it because the lights that you had to play with were basically like flashlights. But in recent years, with LED and UV lights and just all kinds of lighting technology, it's blown the doors off of what we can do with light painting. So I can't stop thinking about all the ideas that I could possibly do with light painting. And basically the technique is, it's a long exposure done in complete darkness, and any trail of light, any light source, any trail of light, as long as that shutter's open, gets recorded in one shot. So it's really something that people are amazed by, and that's my favorite part, is that I get to blow people's minds when they see the results. And what I'm doing here as part of MoCA Lights is I've come into some technology that allows those recordings to be transferred into videos. So what we're going to be doing here on the window is real-time videos that people are going to create and interact with on the windows that will appear in real time on the windows. So it's really it's a very old technology, or a very old discovery with new technology and new discoveries, and bringing people in to create whatever they can come up with in the moment.
The main Patchogue Medford Library building will also feature 2 works by Matt Reynolds. These works are entitled Neighborhood Renewal, which was created in 2020, and Proverb, which is a work dating from 2012. These works will play on alternate days. Neighborhood Renewal. This piece is 1 minute and 25 seconds. Neighborhood Renewal. Neighborhood Renewal. From our ashes, something will rise. Initially commissioned as a segment for the Fire episode of the Adult Swim show Off the Air, the short depicts Los Angeles in the aftermath of an extinction-level conflagration. But instead of a dirge for what was lost, the short is more a celebration of the dawn of something new and alien bursting forth through the charred concrete. With hyper-specific visual references to areas of Los Angeles in flux, this short darkly satirizes the urbanite conception that the neighborhood is always changing. The other piece is entitled Proverb. Timid creatures in some kind of coral wall slowly find courage and dare to explore outside of their siloed caves, only to be reproached by a cosmic guillotine. This is loosely based on the tallest blade of grass proverb. Matt Reynolds is a sculptor and animated filmmaker originally raised in Mill Valley, California, who now works in Los Angeles. In 2016, he received an MFA in experimental animation from CalArts. As a commercial animation director, he has worked for such clients as The Atlantic, Adult Swim, TED Ed, and Spotify. In 2020, he was an artist in residence at the Camera Obscura Art Lab in Santa Monica. Our next work brings to life the annual Patchogue mural through experimental projection mapping. The winner of our Themescape 2024 mural Call to Art, and located on the Row Walkway on the south side of the Patchogue Medford Library. This piece by Laura Kessler is titled Octopossible. The octopus is an epitome of creative genius, one of the oldest and most miraculous creatures on Earth. It is an expert in color theory, even though it cannot see in color. The beauty of this and the ability to literally feel and express not only their color, but their shape and texture. If that is not true artistry, I don't know what is. Not only is the octopus an amazing visual artist, it is also an awe-inspiring escape artist. As creatives, we all metaphorically attempt to fit the square peg into a round hole by thinking outside of the box. Well, this alien-like creature can fit its 30-foot, 600-pound body through a space the size of a quarter. They quite literally have mastered thinking outside the box. This piece illustrates the value of working hard, thinking smart, and getting creative. The artist depicts a whimsical story about an octopus by the name of Pollock. Pollock lives in an aquarium where he witnesses a small child eating mysterious O-shaped food. Intrigued, Pollock spends weeks dreaming of a way to get his tentacles on the treat. Eventually, he finds the source, a bag of Peacho's candy in a vending machine. Using his big brain and his long mating arm, he reaches for the bag and accomplishes his dream. Kessler graduated from Savannah College of Art and Design in 2008 with a major in advertising design and a minor in illustration, earning summa cum laude honors. Recently, she created a piece titled Kenobi for the Mastic Beach Conservancy. This was auctioned at their bivalve ball. The work, in homage to her nephew's birth and her own rebirth in sobriety, represents a galaxy where all dreams are possible. She encourages viewers to embrace a childlike curiosity, believing that art is a fabric of endless possibilities.
Hi, my name is Laura Kessler. I am the artist to this beautiful piece. I would like to start by saying that I did graduate from the Savannah College of Art and Design. Amazing school, by the way, for all aspiring artists. But my inspiration behind this had a lot to do with, nothing to do with school rather, but about dreaming and dreaming big. So fun fact is the octopus actually does dream. And I feel like I can relate to the octopus because I think it kind of has the brain of an artist, even though it's not an artist, but it is. Bear with me. Anyways, so this creative little fella, as many people don't know, the octopus is actually only as big as its beak, which is anywhere from the size of a paper dollar bill, like this big, to about a quarter, which is the giant octopus's beak. So this ginormous thing can actually fit through a slit the size of a quarter. I was generous and I gave him about the size of a plate. So my piece Octopossible is about this guy Pollock, who was living in an aquarium, and this little girl used to visit him every day, and she was eating a bag of Pichos. And he saw them and he was really curious because they looked familiar to him. So they were kind of like his tentacles. Anyway, so he's going about his business and he finds a crack in the aquarium wall. And he notices this abandoned vending machine. And sure enough, there they were. There was a bag of Pichos. So, using his big creative octopus brain, he contorted his body to fit through this drain pipe. And the amazing capability for most octopuses to stay on land for approximately 20 minutes made his way across the alley to the vending machine without a quarter, grabbed his Pichos, and then you can use your imagination to figure out what he does after that. But the main goal behind this is that as an artist or as any human being, if you have something that you're dreaming about or something that you're thinking about or goal that you're trying to reach, no matter how far away, no matter how impossible it may seem, if you manifest, if you think about it, if you love it, if you're passionate about it, you will get it. If this octopus can do it, we all can. It's in some capability, any capability at all. So I want it to be fun, I want it to be inspirational, and I want it to be inspiring more than anything. But I hope you enjoy it, and thank you very much.
The mural itself was selected through the Patchogue Themescape Call to Arts, put on by the Patchogue Arts Council and the Patchogue Medford Library through their annual mural project. In 2017, the Patchogue Arts Council and the Patchogue Medford Library came together to start an annual temporary mural on the back of the Patchogue Medford Library building. Annually, the Patchogue Arts Council releases an open call for artists to submit proposals for the mural opportunity. Local, national, and international artists have been chosen to complete the mural. We are also proud to present Art on the Marquee, which runs on the marquee of the historic Patchogue Theater for the Performing Arts Building, located at 71 East Main Street. Art on the Marquee will run from October 10th through December 31st. From October 10th to October 14th, Art on the Marquee will run from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. After the 14th, you can view our website or Instagram at Patchogue Arts to see run times. This work was created in collaboration with the Patchogue Theater for the Performing Arts and features a rotating series of artist-created videos, GIFs, and animations which turn the digital marquee into an alternative exhibition venue. This series of works was curated for Art on the Marquee and was selected from an open call for art. This is currently the only marquee exhibit on Long Island and is an original concept created from MoCA lights by the Patchogue Arts Council. It features art from 14 artists. The Patchogue Theater for the Performing Arts was purchased in 1997 by the Patchogue Village Board in an early bid to revitalize downtown Patchogue. The restoration of the theater began with local business help and grants. 60,000 pounds of steel was added to the stage to support 17 tons of lighting and scenery. A 5,000 square foot addition accommodates large modern sets, and a loading dock enables each arriving production to set up and dismantle with ease. Ward and Glynn's Theater opened here in 1923 and became known for its magnificent interior decoration. Broadway productions, vaudeville acts, and burlesque shows were very popular. The theater presented first-run films with stars like Gloria Swanson appearing in premieres. After the Great Depression, the theater became a movie theater. Night Vision's Projected Gallery. From October 10th through October 14th, from 6:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. each evening, showing at 3 locations throughout downtown Patchogue: the Toast Coffee House Row Walkway Piazza, Plaza Cinema, and Underworld Productions. Please check patchoggearts.org to see the sequence and timing of the screening at each location. Selections of work include Admiration from Scandinavia, Peace Connections, Art Matter, and MoCA Lights 5, a collection of work contributed from over 25 different artists. We also have projection and performance at Cheeky Peach, located at 42 South Ocean Avenue, on October 12th and October 13th from 7:30 to 8 p.m. and again from 8:30 to 9 p.m. Presented by Michael Sedadukaki and Soam Ambulant Visuals. This is a special projection and aerialist performance.